wondered what church is really supposed to be like. All the effort and the energy that's put into doing church sometimes seems wasted because, well, it just doesn't seem to be effective. I remember when I was 17, after having been away from the church for several years, I came back. I had long hair. I'd been out playing in the rock group and into a different lifestyle altogether. And I wondered, what are these people going to be like? How are they going to treat me? They're not going to accept me. But I couldn't believe how loving and warm and caring they were. And I thought to myself, this is a different church than the one I left.
And if we have that perspective, if we have that approach when we come to people, our presentation is going to be a lot more attractive.
We just thought they were the weirdest people in the world, which is kind of ironic because we were like purple hair, green hair, blue hair, yellow hair, no hair, dreadlocked hair.
On the wall, I looked up and I thought, 3 angels. That's Seventh-day Adventists.
Found out that they were Seventh-day Adventists. I'd not heard of that before. And they just befriended us, not just me, but several of us.
And I couldn't believe there was Seventh-day Adventists in the middle of a bunch of beer drinking and partying, and
he couldn't believe this was the church that he had grown up in.
When Rich and I first started talking about this project, I wasn't sure that the stories that he was really looking for were out there. And if they were out there, I wasn't sure that everybody was ready to hear them.
We've come up with the name ChurchApplied for this project.
We wanted people to know that this was an interactive project. It wasn't just to fill 7 to 10 minutes during the church service.
Of course, the word church talks about spiritual things, what it means to be a community of believers. But applied has to do with putting the practice of ministry into practice.
I was amazed at the heartfelt and innovative ministry that was going on not necessarily by church leaders, but by everyday people. People that may be sitting next to you this morning. Stories that you may never hear otherwise.
I just want to capture as many stories as I can possibly find and share them with you. Because I think that stories, they inspire, they give us passion. They reignite that flame and help us to think about what we possibly could do that we aren't doing.
I feel so privileged to be a part of this project and be able to hear these stories firsthand.
Evangelism is not just preaching out of the Bible and having a 5-week series of meetings. It's everyday life. It's putting our lives on the front line and saying to the world, I am a follower of Jesus.
Personal ministries that have been motivated by the Holy Spirit that people actually did something about.
We want to inspire you, encourage you to maybe venture out to try some of those things that you've always wondered in the back of your mind. What if? In the coming months, you're going to see stories, you're going to hear stories.
Stories by people that have to find a way to minister and touch someone without ever being able to quote the Bible, without ever being able to say the name Jesus. Stories by people whose ministry has been motivated by their own personal heartache and tragedy. Groups that have turned their passion, their joy in their life into creative evangelism.
It's not about us. It's not about the union. It's not about your conference. It's not about even your church as much as it is about you as an individual member and as a group of members, collectively, individually, sharing what God is doing through your life so that others can be motivated and inspired to do likewise.